The Florida Department of Transportation, Florida's Turnpike Enterprise, welcomes you to the public hearing for the Poinciana Parkway Extension Connector Project Development and Environment, or PD&E study, from County Road 532 in Polk County to north of the I-4 State Road 429 interchange in Osceola County. This public hearing provides multiple participation options. The virtual option is being held on Tuesday, April 25, 2023. Members of the public can participate via the GoToWebinar system or using their telephone. The in-person option is being held on Thursday, April 27, 2023, at the Advent Health Nicholson Center. The same information is being presented during both options, and verbatim transcripts will be made of all oral proceedings. The public hearing video will also be posted to the project website, and a link to the video will be provided by email to all persons that registered. We will follow this agenda, starting first with the purpose of the public hearing and how you can provide input. We will then review the preferred and no-build alternatives and environmental impacts, and then open the public comment period. The purpose of this public hearing is to share information with the general public about the proposed improvements, its conceptual design, all alternatives under study, and the potential beneficial and adverse social, economic, and environmental impacts upon the community. The public hearing also serves as an official forum providing an opportunity for members of the public to express their opinions and concerns regarding the project. There have been various opportunities for the public to provide input on this project. A virtual kickoff meeting was held on June 22, 2021, and an in-person public kickoff meeting was held on June 24, 2021. 44 people attended the kickoff meetings and 2 comments were submitted. A virtual alternatives public information meeting was held on February 22, 2022, and an in-person alternatives public information meeting was held on February 24, 2022. A total of 75 people attended the combined alternatives meetings, and 31 written comments were received. Whether attending the meeting virtually or in person, you have the option to submit verbal or written comments. Every comment method carries equal weight. Comments submitted or postmarked by May 12th will become part of the official public hearing record. This public hearing was advertised consistent with federal and state requirements shown on the slide. The environmental review, consultation, and other actions required by applicable federal environmental laws for this project are being or have been carried out by FDOT pursuant to 23 United States Code Section 327 and Memorandum of Understanding dated May 26, 2022, and executed by the Federal Highway Administration, or FHWA, and FDOT. The proposed project is being developed in accordance with the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Under Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, public participation is encouraged and solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express their concerns about Title VI may do so by contacting either the Florida Department of Transportation, Florida's Turnpike Enterprise Office, or the Tallahassee office of the Florida Department of Transportation. The study limits extend from south of County Road 532 to north of the I-4 State Road 429 interchange and includes the portion of I-4 between exit 58 and exit 62. The project is located within Polk and Osceola counties. This study is evaluating existing and future traffic conditions to determine the need and type of improvements. For this study, we are forecasting traffic to the design year 2050. This evaluation is identifying the best location for a new tolled highway extending Poinciana Parkway to connect to the I-4 State Road 429 interchange, including modifications to the future County Road 532 interchange, the future I-4 beyond the ultimate improvements, and modifications that may be required at Sinclair Road. Over the last 10 years, Osceola County was the fastest growing county in the state. As this chart shows, the population of Osceola County has grown by over 200,000 people over the last 20 years and is expected to grow by another 200,000 people over the next 20 years to over 600,000 people. If nothing is done, existing roadways in the study area would not be able to accommodate the expected increase in traffic. To accommodate this growth, there are several PD&E, design, and construction projects near this PD&E study. The most important projects relative to this study include the State Road 429 PD&E study from north of I-4 to Sidell Road and the Central Florida Expressway Authority's design project for Poinciana Parkway, from Ronald Reagan Parkway to County Road 532. Other projects include I-4 beyond the Ultimate, widening County Road 532, and widening of Old Lake Wilson Road over I-4. These projects alone do not accommodate all of the anticipated traffic increases associated with growth in this region. Additional improvements are still needed. Project needs arise from issues and concerns that may frequently slow down traffic, cause delays, or lead to accidents. The need to extend Poinciana Parkway is based on enhancing safety, improving system linkage, accommodating travel demand through the year 2050, improving travel times and reliability, economic and employment viability, and emergency response effectiveness. Improvements to Poinciana Parkway Extension Connector are needed to enhance safety. Between 2017 and 2022, there were 2,992 crashes along I-4 from County Road 532 to World Drive, and 134 crashes along State Road 429 from I-4 to Sinclair Road. 12 fatal crashes were reported along the I-4 corridor. 3 fatal crashes were reported along State Road 429 within the study limits. Between 2017 and 2022, there were 241 crashes along US 1792 and 887 crashes along County Road 532 within the study limits. 5 fatal crashes were reported within the study limits along County Road 532. Of the 2 fatal crashes reported along US 1792, 1 involved a pedestrian. Congestion is a major contributing factor to crashes. If nothing is done, congestion will continue to rise, leading to an increase in crashes. The extension of Poinciana Parkway is a crucial project that will complete the missing link of a series of existing and planned roadways connecting I-4 to Florida's Turnpike and State Road 417. The extension of Poinciana Parkway is needed to accommodate future traffic demands and improve travel time reliability. These graphics will illustrate the existing travel pattern on the left and the proposed travel pattern on the right. Travelers from the south will no longer have to take County Road 532 to get to either I-4 or State Road 429, relieving this section of I-4 between County Road 532 and State Road 429. The proposed improvements create a direct connection between Poinciana Parkway, I-4, and State Road 429. The proposed improvements are expected to cut travel distances in half and reduce travel times substantially during peak periods. Currently, the Central Florida Expressway Authority, or CFX, is planning to extend the existing Poinciana Parkway on new alignment from Ronald Reagan Parkway north to County Road 532. Florida's Turnpike Enterprise's new alignment extends Poinciana Parkway from County Road 532 north to I-4. The new connection with I-4 and State Road 429 would require capacity improvements to State Road 429 between I-4 and Sinclair Road. 2 alternatives were evaluated and presented at the Alternative Public Information Meeting in February 2022. Alternative 1 avoids the Florida Gas Transmission, or FGT, facility using a bifurcated or split mainline configuration to extend the Poinciana Parkway mainline north from County Road 532 to I-4. Alternative 2 avoids impacts to the FGT and Gulfstream gas facilities located adjacent to the I-4 State Road 429 interchange. Alternative 2 keeps the northbound and southbound mainline lanes adjacent to each other as they pass south of the FGT facility. The major design features of each alternative along with cost and potential impacts are available for review on the project website at www.poincianaextension.com. Based on the potential impacts to the social and economic, physical, natural, and cultural environment, along with the results of the Public Alternatives Information Meeting and ongoing coordination with stakeholders, the Florida's Turnpike Enterprise identified Alternative 2 as the preferred alternative. Between County Road 532 and the I-4 State Road 429 interchange, the Poinciana Parkway Extension Connector would consist of 3 12-foot travel lanes in each direction with 10-foot paved shoulders. Right-of-way would have to be purchased to accommodate the new roadway. To accommodate future traffic, enough right-of-way would be purchased to allow the roadway to be widened in the future. Now we will cover the proposed interchange modifications at the future County Road 532 interchange, I-4 State Road 429 interchange, and Sinclair Road. We will start with County Road 532. This segment shows the beginning of the project at County Road 532, where CFX's segment ends and the Florida's Turnpike Enterprise segment begins. The CFX segment is designed to intersect County Road 532 at grade, but this project would remove the temporary tolled CFX ramps to and from the south and add new permanent ramps and a permanent toll site north of County Road 532, with the Poinciana Parkway mainline elevated over County Road 532. Tolls for the Poinciana Parkway Extension Connector will be collected electronically at a gantry. The toll rate and location will be determined at a future toll rate rulemaking public meeting. The existing tolling points on the Sinclair Road ramps to and from the south will remain. Now we will cover the proposed interchange modifications at I-4 State Road 429. We will provide an overview of key concept considerations used in the development of the preferred alternative, and then detail how the main line connects to I-4 and State Road 429. Recently, FDOT District 5 constructed managed lanes in the median of I-4 and plans on extending those managed lanes through this project's study area as part of the I-4 Beyond the Ultimate, or BTU project. A key consideration in the development of alternatives at the I-4 State Road 429 interchange is connecting both State Road 429 and Poinciana Parkway to the planned I-4 managed lanes and the existing I-4 general lanes. To avoid the FGT and Gulfstream gas facilities south of I-4, the northbound and southbound mainline lanes are located to the south, with only the ramp connections to I-4 passing east of the facility. This configuration replaces the existing flyovers at I-4. This configuration keeps the existing connections between Sinclair Road and I-4 and includes managed lane connections, but does not include a connection between Sinclair Road and Poinciana Parkway Extension Connector. Next, we will look at specific movements for this configuration. These graphics will illustrate the proposed vehicle movements associated with the improvements. Poinciana Parkway and State Road 429 movements are shown in green, I-4 general lane connections are shown in blue, and I-4 managed lane connections are shown in yellow. Here are the movements and the decision points at I-4, starting with the northbound Poinciana Parkway movements. Northbound Poinciana Parkway traffic would pass over I-4 to merge onto State Road 429 northbound. Northbound Poinciana Parkway traffic desiring to access I-4 eastbound and westbound will exit to I-4 and utilize the general lanes. Northbound Poinciana Parkway traffic can also exit onto eastbound I-4 managed lanes. Southbound State Road 429 traffic would pass over I-4 and merge onto southbound Poinciana Parkway. Southbound State Road 429 traffic desiring to access I-4 eastbound and westbound would exit onto I-4 and utilize the I-4 general lanes. Southbound State Road 429 traffic can exit onto I-4 and take the westbound I-4 managed lanes. Eastbound I-4 traffic could continue eastbound on I-4, exit onto southbound Poinciana Parkway, or exit onto northbound State Road 429 via the general lane connections. Eastbound I-4 managed lane traffic could continue eastbound via the I-4 managed lane, or to northbound State Road 429 via the managed lane connection. Westbound I-4 traffic could continue westbound on I-4, exit to southbound Poinciana Parkway, or exit to northbound State Road 429 via the general lane connections. Westbound I-4 managed lane traffic can continue or exit to southbound Poinciana Parkway via the managed lane connection. Now we will cover the interchange modifications at Sinclair Road. The existing Sinclair Road ramps would remain, maintaining access between Sinclair Road and either State Road 429 northbound or I-4. The configuration does not allow access to Poinciana Parkway from Sinclair Road. The preferred alternative will connect to planned improvements to I-4 as part of the I-4 Managed Lanes project. These connections will be at I-4's intersection with County Road 532 on the west and at I-4's intersection with World Drive on the east. On the project's western end, the configuration along I-4 includes one additional westbound lane approaching County Road 532 compared to the approved I-4 managed lanes. The managed lanes through this portion of I-4 will be barrier separated through the interchange. At World Drive, the configuration will add a 5th westbound general lane and also includes a 3rd eastbound lane on the collector-distributor system at World Drive. Benefits of the build alternative include reduced congestion on I-4, County Road 532, and other local roadways, improved safety through crash reductions, and reduced travel times by 28% in the morning and 49% in the evening peak periods by 2050. As part of the study of the alternatives presented, Florida's Turnpike Enterprise is evaluating the potential social, natural, physical, and cultural effects of the project. The features listed are just some of the types of analysis included in this PD&E study. Avoidance or minimization of impacts to these features is a key consideration. Impacts that cannot be avoided will be mitigated. The evaluation matrix summarizes the effects evaluation results of the preferred alternative in comparison to the no-build alternative. The preferred alternative improves future traffic operations and safety, but requires right-of-way, wetland, surface water, floodplain, and protected species impacts. The total project cost, including construction, engineering, CEI, right-of-way, and wetland mitigation, is approximately $1.7 billion, including I-4 BTU through the project area. One of the unavoidable consequences on a project such as this is the necessary relocation of families or businesses. On this project, we anticipate the relocation of 1 resident and 0 businesses. All right-of-way acquisition will be conducted in accordance with Florida Statute 339.09 and the Federal Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisition Policies Act of 1970, commonly known as the Uniform Act. If you are required to make any type of move as a result of a Department of Transportation project, you can expect to be treated in a fair and helpful manner and in compliance with the Uniform Relocation Assistance Act. If a move is required, you will be contacted by an appraiser who will inspect your property. We encourage you to be present during the inspection and provide information about the value of your property. You may also be eligible for relocation advisory services and payment benefits. If you are being moved and you are unsatisfied with the department's determination of your eligibility for payment or the amount of that payment, you may appeal that determination. You will be promptly furnished necessary forms and notified of the procedures to be followed in making that appeal. A special word of caution: if you move before you receive notification of the relocation benefits that you might be entitled to, your benefits may be jeopardized. We encourage you to call the Turnpike Project Manager or visit the right-of-way specialists at the in-person venue if you have any questions regarding the right-of-way acquisition process. A Cultural Resources Assessment Survey was conducted for this PD&E study to identify any cultural resources and assess their eligibility for listing in the National Register of Historic Places. No archaeological or historical sites eligible for listing on the National Register of Historic Places were identified. No significant impacts are anticipated as a result of this project. Federal protected species may be present or utilize areas within the proposed project. The project is likely to adversely impact the blue-tailed moleskink and the sand skink. Mitigation for unavoidable impacts to occupied sand skink habitat can be completed through the purchase of credits at an acceptable conservation mitigation bank. Florida's Turnpike Enterprise will continue coordinating with the United States Fish and Wildlife Service regarding these species. State protected species may be present or utilize areas within the proposed project, but no adverse impacts are anticipated. Florida's Turnpike Enterprise will continue coordinating with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission regarding these species. The proposed roadway and stormwater pond improvements will potentially affect an estimated 158 acres of wetlands and 26 acres of surface waters. Florida's Turnpike Enterprise will mitigate wetland and surface water impacts resulting from this project's construction to meet state and federal requirements. Final pond site locations will be determined in the design phase. A location hydraulic report was prepared for the project to identify potential 100-year floodplain encroachments resulting from the proposed improvements. Floodplain impacts will be fully compensated for, and there will be no net increases to floodplain stages as a result of this project. A contamination screening evaluation report was prepared for this project to identify contamination concerns within the study area. The results of the contamination screening identified 0 high-risk sites, 8 medium-risk sites, 22 low-risk sites, and 3 no-risk sites for the roadway and stormwater pond improvements. These sites will be further evaluated during the design phase to identify options to avoid, minimize, or mitigate contamination involvement. A noise study report was prepared for this project. Impacted locations throughout the corridor were found to be potentially feasible and reasonable for noise walls include Encore West at Reunion, Reunion at 400 Apartments, Encore East at Reunion, Reunion Village, and Toscana condominiums. These locations are proposed for future study during design and can be viewed in the noise study report prepared for this project. For more detailed information on the proposed improvements, including potential noise wall locations, visit the display boards located on the project website and at the in-person hearing where a noise specialist will be available to answer your questions. The total project cost for the preferred alternative is approximately $1.7 billion in present-day costs. Construction, engineering, CEI, right-of-way, and wetland mitigation are included in this total. Design and right-of-way are funded in the tentative fiscal 2024 to 2028 FDOT work program. Construction is not yet funded. We continue to encourage public input to help us make this important decision. You can submit written comments at the project website, www.poincianaextension.com. And you can mail or email your comments directly to the project manager, Michael Leo. Please send written comments to Florida's Turnpike Enterprise, P.O. Box 613069, Ocoee, Florida 34761, or via email to michael.leo@dot.state.fl.us. This information is also available on the public hearing notification and the project website. During the in-person hearing, you can also submit your written comments using the comment forms provided. Written comments must be received no later than May 12, 2023 to become part of the public hearing record. The next step is to incorporate your input on this public hearing into our decision-making process. After the comment period closes and your input has been considered, a decision will be made and the final PD&E document will be sent to the FDOT Office of Environmental Management, which, based on the MOU signed with FHWA on May 26, 2022, has approval authority on this project granting location and design concept acceptance. This project has and will continue to comply with all applicable state and federal rules and regulations. This concludes our presentation. We now offer you the opportunity to make a statement. Thank you for your interest in the Poinciana Parkway Extension Connector PD&E study from south of County Road 532 to north of the I-4 State Road 429 interchange. And thank you for taking the time to participate in this meeting.